ranking DanDaDan episodes from worst to best. Before we begin, there are no episodes of DanDaDan that are actively terrible, just some that I enjoy less than others. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and get these out of the way. These first two episodes are pretty much gonna have the same problem. VG is sometimes, really annoying. And aside from the ending, this is probably one of the more boring episodes of the show. I do like the train scene, however, and Okura and Gigi is kind of having a dick measuring contest for some reason. And I will admit, this episode is actually really funny. A random observation I made is that one of these guys is voiced by fucking Kirk Thornton of all people. But aside from everything I just mentioned, this episode is really boring. Plus, the very last few minutes are really weird. This episode is what I call the episode of DanDaDan. It's still kinda boring, and Gigi is slightly more tolerable. There's actually more going on. And I like the chase with the William Tell Orchestra, which is what I'll be permanently calling it. Yeah, that's right, mother! I don't like the scenes with the models of the human body. There is no fucking way she didn't get lobotomized by that. But throwing that aside, the episode is actually pretty good. But if this is your least favorite episode, I wouldn't blame you at all. Since for me, this is more of a guilty pleasure because it's genuinely that fucking funny to me. You obviously have stuff like Shiratori just getting absolutely wrecked, Okaroon being hit by the ball, the little clunk sound Okaroon and Momo made when they collide, Okaroon losing his balls, Momo's two friends literally coming up with the dumbest conclusions. Just Cat Turbo Granny in general is funny as fuck. This whole episode doesn't have much going on, but it's still very fun to watch.
Oh, what's up, baby? Why don't you drop that little boy panties and let Tunnel Granny play a high-stakes game of hide the crotch sausage?
When I was making mental notes on this, I genuinely struggled where to put episode 1. I debated on putting it either in the middle or near the bottom, but I decided on having a medium between the two. The episode is great. It shows off Turbo Granny's powers in the best way. The comedy, as usual, is top-notch. My favorite joke is probably Momo doing the Dofi walk and or this.
I'll let you suckle my teats, boy, if you let me gobble your dung.
Episode 3 probably has one of my favorite fights in the show. Well, if you call it a fight at least. The animation in the Turbo Granny fight is so smooth, it's so fun to watch. Okaroon chilling in the shed thing and then immediately having the door shut on him was really funny. Also, Okaroon running in place made me laugh far more than it probably should have. This episode has the funnest chase scene of the entire show. The William Tell Orchestra plus the speedy animation makes it very fucking fun to watch. Momo and Okaroon swing around like Spider-Man was amazing, dude. And if we ever get an open world DanDaDan game, I'd love to play this shit. Like, look at this! It just tickles the sonic part of my brain. Also, whenever I hear the William Tell Overture, I always think of this.
A quick-thinking shunter did, just in time. What was that?
Say something. Hello? Poke, poke.
I kid y'all not, that single clip got me into the show then and there. But throwing that aside, it's still a very good and fun episode. I don't know why, but when Okaroon's face is split with Turbo Granny, it never fails to make me laugh for some reason. I love the scene in Momo's room. I really like the fight with the spirit at the end. Okaroon's transformation tickles the sonic part of my brain again. He's so fucking fast and so cool. I love how Turbo Granny just has the exact measurements of Okaroon's balls. Now I think this is where we need to talk about Shiratori, because she's fine, I guess. I mean, yes, she is annoying. I'm not trying to deny that, but she isn't horrible. I like the scene where she finds one of Okaroon's piss stones.
Put the piss stone down right now. You know what piss rock does to your...
And I know pretty much every episode of the show has a really pretty shot, but I don't know why, but the sky in this scene is really pretty to me. Also, Shiratori and her friends are like really dumb. I love that. Afro Silky has a really cool design, and I like how Turbo Granny of all people is really essential to the fight, but we'll talk more about that later. Also, a random observation I made is that for some reason the opening starts like 7.5 minutes for the episode. The This episode is just really sweet. It's one of the more chilled out episodes of the show, and I really enjoy it for that. Seiko actually helping out the alien's kid was really sweet to me, and this episode is the best Shiratori moment in my opinion. This episode and the next one are probably the most insane episodes of DanDaDan. This episode introduces the Deej guy that we'll see more of later on, but oddly enough, it features the guys that want Momo's you-know-what from episode 1, and the fight with them is fun as hell.
As long as I go all out, I don't need clothes!
Could this suck any worse?
And the insanity is ramped up to 1,000 for some reason. Although unlike the other episodes, the fight scene doesn't actually bring it up all that high in the ranking. It's actually the scene when Momo and Okurin talking is just that damn well written to me. This amazing few minute scene brings it up so much. Also, the ending where they work together to end off the fight is really cool. Yep, you guys knew this was coming. This is the only episode that didn't have to rewatch to get my full opinion on. I knew it was going to be at the top from the start. Afro Silky is genuinely so fucking tragic, and the animation does not hold back once. You had the tracking shot where she's trying to find Shiratori to no avail, and then there's everything that led up to her swan dive, which about left me in tears when I saw it. And then there's a beautiful ending to the episode, which is gorgeous and about me to cry again. And I like how Shiratori, well, kinda mellows out the end. Genuinely the best fucking episode of DanDaDan by far.